Yo, I got Papi Yerr here with me today. What's up, bro?
What's poppin'? What's good? What's good? What's the wave? I'm here.
Yo, first of all, congrats. I saw you got your plaques in for Broken a Minute and Jerry Sprunger. Congrats on that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yo, that's so crazy that that like even during this time of a global pandemic, you winning. You know, you getting these plaques, you working.
Now, by the grace of God, I think that when the music is good, people are gonna find their way to it. They're gonna gravitate just to the feeling. When it's a good music, a good feeling, a good vibe, it's always gonna be wavy. It's always gonna win.
Now, those are your first two records that have been on the Billboard charts, right?
I've actually had 4 songs on the Billboard and
Okay.
3 on the Hot 100. So my first song was Jerry Sprunger,
Okay.
which debuted 44 on the Hot 100, and then number 2 on R&B, and then The Take with Chris Brown,
Yes.
and then Broken a Minute. It was landing on the Hot 100 as well. So
You have a nice little run right now, then.
yeah, man, I've been, by the grace of God, it just been making vibes. Like I literally just be in the crib. I made all those songs in the crib.
For real,
So,
I didn't even. That's crazy. So you didn't even go to a studio for those. Those you just made at home.
Yeah, the T-Pain and Tory one, that one I made in bed actually. Like I was on YouTube looking at old songs, and I was like, man, I heard Jerry Sprunger. I heard the original I'm Sprung, and I thought to my head, I'm like, this melody by T-Pain is like one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. And I was just thinking, why has no one ever sampled this?
And then the rest is history.
Then I just got it off YouTube, and then I just whipped up some drums on it, and then, about a year and a half later, we got it to T-Pain, and then, T-Pain went crazy, and that was like my first like big song on radio and just on the charts and on the radio charts, and it was just an amazing time, because I've never been a part of something that big, and then then The Take with Chris Brown, it got real viral on TikTok, and that picked up, and then Broken a Minute just really came out of nowhere. It was just a beat that I just made in the crib one day, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then it kind of got like a big viral push, and then it's on 2K21, NBA 2K21, and a lot of people reached out.
Very good. I actually got an unopened copy of 2K here. I got to check it out now that I know that you on the soundtrack too.
Yeah. You got to check it out.
That's dope, man. Yo, so I got to ask. So we talking about producing right now, and I sit down with a lot of producers, and everybody I feel like has a different story on how they got into producing. And you being an artist at the same time as well, I know it's especially different for you. So how did you start, producing? Like, what was your come up when it came to the producing game?
The producing game. I got into producing because I grew up playing the drums and the piano, and then I started playing the drums in the church.
Mm-hmm.
And then from the church, I started playing in the band in like middle school. Because in my middle school, like if you was in a band, like it was lit. You feel me?
Yeah.
But then at high school, I transferred to high schools, and the band was trash. Like if you was in a band, it was like
I don't want to be around them.
So then I told my mom, like, I ain't been in the band. This is, and then she was like, she begged the band director to let me be in the band when it's not marching, like, because I didn't want to wear the uniform.
I was in band in high school too. I know exactly what you're talking about. I hated them shits. Nah, bro, we not wearing them shits.
Yeah, the uniform is not wavy, bro. So I was like,
they be having you looking goofy as hell at 18 for no reason.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So my mom finessed it to where, I was just in the concert band, so we didn't do no march. We were just in class playing the instruments, and then I was just always so creative. Like I would put. Like the music would say to play something, but I would play something else. I'd play what it felt like it needed. So I would create my own pieces there, and the band director would get mad. And then he eventually was like, bro, just don't, he kind of just kicked me out.
But hey, bro, you started, it worked out for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously now, look at you now. You got records on the billboards and everything.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a blessing, and I thank God every day. I mean, I don't know. I just sit at home and I just put up my plaques and I just like wow, like I'll go to studios and I see people in their plaques and I'll be like, man, I would just been thinking like, man, like just you don't really think it can happen for you,
right?
It happens and you're just like, wow, this is just a blessing, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it just like it's just motivation. It just lets me know that, all right, cool. I just got to just keep working hard, keep staying locked in, keep staying focused. So I put my plaques in my bedroom. So when I wake up, it's just like, because, it's like, honestly, it's like, you don't want to make music every day. Like, there's some times where you just, like, man, it's just like, I got to keep doing this every day, every day. And sometimes you're not really in the mood. I'm an early person, so I wake up 6, 7, 8, latest 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some mornings where I just don't feel like. Sometimes I just want to just lay in bed, just chill. But then I just look at those plaques and I just think like, wow, like I can't let the foot off the gas.
Right, you gotta get up. You gotta get up.
I gotta get up. I gotta keep going. I gotta make more hits. I gotta keep sending more music. I gotta keep producing. I gotta keep writing. I gotta keep, the way I look at it is like, when it comes to like music or, if you're an athlete or if you're an entrepreneur, you have to create the momentum for yourself because you run your own organization. It's like, as a musician, it's like you don't have someone that's, hey, a 9-to-5 job. You have to bring that level of urgency to the work you have. You got to bring that discipline, bring that form. It's like, Kobe, the Mamba mentality. You got to have that. You got to have that in you. And when you don't have someone to push you, you got to be your own cheerleader. You got to be your own motivator. You got to get up every day with that tenacity. You got to wake up with that energy like, nah, I got to get it. It doesn't matter how many songs I'm in the charts, how many plaques I have. I got to go and get it, because it's just like I feel like I'm only a small percent of where I feel like God's going to take me. So it's just like I got to get it. And the worst feeling for me is just knowing I could have done something and it didn't happen.
Boom. Wow. Yo,
I don't
you like a whole
live with that
motivational speaker right now. I ain't gonna
That's
hold
what
you.
Everybody tells me that, but it's just like, what always stopped me from making that a reality is that when people would tell me that when I was younger, I'm like, man, how could I be a motivational speaker without success?
Ooh,
so I was like,
don't feel like that, Papi. Don't feel like that. I want you to know, because what you say can help inspire others. Even if, your success doesn't amount to anything. Our success doesn't amount. Nobody can tell us what success as long as you're happy. And I just feel like if you can give something to other people, especially the youth, especially like everyone within your culture as well, you should continue to do it. We can get you some TED Talks and all of that, Papi.
Let's do it.
So
I'm
keep it
gonna
going.
leave that in the interview. That's funny. I'm gonna leave that in the interview, Avery. I'm gonna let you know right now.
We talking that, we talking some cash talk. If it's out there, I'm gonna go get it now.
Get that money. Let's go.
If we talking cash, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna rake it up like Yo Gotti.
Yo, okay, so aside from the TED Talks, which I feel like I'm in a TED Talk right now, because that was really, I'm thinking about, I'm like, yo, I gotta put some shit up in my room, so like when I wake up in the morning, I see like, right. Like I don't know, maybe my YouTube stats, put the YouTube stats up in my room, so when I wake up, I look at it, and I'm like, all right, this is why I gotta get up today, this is why I gotta keep working.
Big fact.
But when it comes to like the music side of like being an artist yourself, because you dropped a couple singles lately, and I'm a big fan of Bentayga. Like that shit was like was hella catchy. I like the new joint Stoneheart, of course. How is it like transitioning from being a producer to also being an artist at the same time? Because I know balancing those two different worlds can be like difficult because there's a lot of different things that go into being a producer and a lot of things that go into being an artist at the same time.
Well, for me, it's a little different. It's not like I mean, it to the general public, it may seem like, okay, he's a producer, now he's rapping and singing. But for me, I've always rapped, I've always sung. For me, it was all the same thing, right? It's like in high school, one season you're playing basketball, the next season you're playing football. But throughout the whole year, you're still training. You're still lifting weights. It's like it's all one thing, So for me, it's like I've always rapped and freestyled since a kid. And I've always made beats since a kid, just for me, just tapping into different zones. Right. So it's like, actually, one of the first songs I ever did that took off was I don't know if you know of a producer named Ronnie J.
I've heard of Ronnie J.
Yeah, he did like I Love It for Kanye. He did a lot of
Mhm.
stuff for Lil Pump. He did he did a lot of stuff, but that's like one of my best friends. We grew up in Miami together.
Oh wow, okay.
And he lived with XXX
Mhm.
right? They all lived in the same house. And before X blew up, we did this song together. And it like took off on SoundCloud, had a couple million plays, but I was on the hook.
Mhm.
And
What song was it?
it's called Emoji.
Okay.
It's me and Ronnie J featuring XXX.
Okay. I gotta look it up after this because
Yeah,
that's a moment in time.
it's a super vibe, and it was just a legendary moment because at the time I didn't know X. You feel me?
Mhm.
And then we did the song, and after that we clicked. But the point is that for me, I've always embodied that side. You know, it's just that side didn't pick up as fast as the producing. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I've always been rapping, singing, and writing, and I just have a passion for both. You know, and even now I write for artists. You know, I've quite a few little writing credits with different artists. You know,
Mhm.
and for me it's just the same. It's all one and the same. You know, it's like it's the same thing to me. It's just that for me I get in zones. Like one week I might just write music and record, and another week I'm just making beats and sending beats out to people. You know.
I like that
So,
mentality. I like how you reference like playing football in the fall, but then in the winter I'm playing basketball. Like I like that's a good analogy right there that I think a lot of people
right.
can like learn from and take because it's like you're still kind of doing the same thing. You
Yeah.
still like you're still in the gym and shit like that. It's just you flipping from one sport to the other.
Yeah, because to play both sports, you still need conditioning. You still need to be
Exactly.
weightlifting. You
Mhm.
still need to be training your legs, training your arm, training your body. It's just now you're concentrating those areas. You're concentrating in different areas. You
Right.
know, so
Right.
like basketball is more finesse and skill, but you need to be able to run the long distance. And football is more so contact and physicality, which still requires finesse and skill, but you still need to have strong legs and a strong upper body. Same thing with basketball.
Right. Right. And I know you got this new project coming out this fall. For now, right? We're still doing this fall because I know release dates change a lot.
Yeah, we definitely still doing this for sure.
The album's called Over Her. So what could you talk about with this album? Because you were telling me a little bit about it. You're working with a lot of really dope people for the project. So what can you tell the people right now about what's coming up?
What's the interesting thing about this album is like for me and my music is all personal. It's all real. So for me, it's like when I first started making that project, I was in a completely different place,
Mm-hmm.
and I was dealing with. I was in a relationship that I was in like a kind of a toxic relationship because I felt like this person was holding me back,
Mm-hmm.
and it was holding my where I'm at now, right? I feel
Right.
like if I was with that same girl, I wouldn't be in this position.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like for me, that being in that relationship, it made me work harder. Like, and then once I got to where I needed to be, I was fully able to get over her.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you
Right.
kind of hold on to things because of the feeling, but not for what it actually produces.
Right.
Right? So you might be in a relationship because you feel good, although the relationship is bad.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But after I realized what I was able to do and get to where my career, I was able to fully get over it. You
So
know,
it's like
because
you
I
got to
was
where you want
attached
to
to.
be, and then you're like, I'm good, I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm over it. Like, you know, I got to the success and I got to where I wanted to be, and I built that confidence in myself. I got closer to God. I got my spirit right, my mind right, my body right, and I didn't need to hold on to things that didn't for a feeling. You know, it's kind of like some people might drink for a feeling. Some people might get high for a feeling, and they might get too attached to that feeling, to where they feel like they need that in order to exist.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
get it.
I think for me, that was kind of like the relationship. I feel like in the moment, I wasn't where I wanted to be in life, so I held on to that. Then I got to where I needed to be in life and realized like I don't need this.
Right. And you got some dope people on this project. Can I talk about some of the people or can you talk about some of the people? You want to keep it hush hush for now?
We'll keep a hush hush until the project comes out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I
But
know things be
I would
changing.
say as a producer, there's a producer I've been working with. His name is Lemonade Playboy.
Mm-hmm.
He did a lot of stuff with Kodak and NBA YoungBoy and Jack Boy, and he's on he co-produced 2 songs on there. That's one of my
Dope.
boys. He's fire.
Dope. And so, man, you've been releasing singles all this year, and now you're getting ready for this project. I kind of love how this releases, and I love how you kind of framed it over her. And I know there's some girl out there punching the air right now because Shorty got a whole album named after her.
And that's not only just one girl, but it's a couple girls gonna feel it's about them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a couple girls, yo, this is about me, but it's not love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, man, that's dope. And I'm excited to hear that. You got anything else? You got visuals planned for it? What else are we doing with this project?
Yeah, I've already shot. I already have 2 visuals out. I'm shooting. I just shot 3 more visuals. Like, I'm just a workhorse. Like,
I see that.
I gotta constantly work, and I gotta constantly push and challenge myself. Like, even in the midst of doing this album, I'm still working on some of the other people's albums. Me and French Montana got in the studio.
Dope.
Me and Jack Boy have some stuff on the way. I feel like there's so many people. Oh, and then also I just signed with Sony ATV Publishing.
Oh shit! Congratulations.
Yeah. So it's been just been so much going on in the midst of just working on this project.
In a global pandemic.
I forget it's a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? I live in Miami. People don't even care.
I know. People don't even care, but meanwhile, it's so bad down there at the same time.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because, like, when there's hurricanes, people have hurricane parties.
Get the fuck out.
I'm not joking. Google hurricane party, and you'll see all these clubs in their events. Hurricane party at club so-and-so.
That's
like,
fucking
here,
insane.
Just the mentality here is just like, look, man, we just want to have fun. What happens, happens. That's how it is in Miami.
Yo, that's the crazy.
It's just a crazy part in the world.
That's the craziest mentality I've ever heard. Whatever happens, happens. If I get the Rona, I get the Rona.
I mean, I'm not like that. I'm still cautious and healthy.
I'm not saying you like that. Hey, man, to each their own.
I'm cautious. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like that, but
So, bro, congrats on all that, man. I'm excited to see all these like visuals that you got coming up. Is there anything else you got going on in 2020 that the people should know about, or we just primarily focusing on the album? You said you got some stuff for French. What else am I missing?
French, Jack Boy. Oh my gosh, it's just so much.
I know as the producers, I know y'all got so much stuff going on at all times. It's hard to keep track.
It's just so much. But I've just been in the studio with a lot of different artists. I've been producing. I've been writing a lot, and I've just been keeping myself busy, and just using my platform and just using it as just motivation to just get to the next. I'm sorry about that. Just using my platform as just motivation to get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And just keep myself inspired at all times. Creatively, just get my mental right, getting the spirit right, and just, it's a tough place in the world. So I'm just every day just trying to find things that just keep me grateful, and then things that just keep me motivated and dedicated. And that's how I just get through the days. So that's how I just really just forget, like, oh, we're in a pandemic, because I just really just try to keep myself in a certain place mentally locked in.
Love that. Well, before I let you go, something I do with every artist during quarantine is I ask them to I guess, like, give some words of, I know you're going to be good at this, by the way, because we already had like a whole TED Talk earlier. I asked them to give some words of encouragement to people who are working at home, whether they're or working at home, being at home, whether they're an artist, your everyday person struggling money-wise, whatever it is, someone who's struggling with their spirit during this time, a struggling producer, someone who's new to the game during this time. What positive words do you have, or positive message do you have for the people who are watching this at the crib?
Just have faith in your journey. Have faith in your journey, and really believe that you could get to where you think you could, where you want to go. When you have faith in your journey and you believe you could get to whatever you're trying to get to, you're going to do whatever it takes,
Boom.
And then keep God first. When you put that, this plus this plus this, it's going to equal success every time. Obviously, I think where most people get it confused is they believe that the path to success is a clean, steady road. And the reason why it's not a clean, steady road is because it's the road that's less traveled. right? So if you're on a highway that everybody goes on, they're gonna make sure the highway's clean. They're gonna make sure it's, because everybody goes this highway. But if you're taking another route through the back route that hasn't been paved, that only a few people been there, it's not gonna be clean. It's not gonna be well kept. You're gonna go through roadblocks. You're gonna be in your car. You're gonna get a flat tire. You're gonna be the only one there. That doesn't mean that you can't get to your destination. You just may not get there as fast as you may want. But that's the most beautiful thing about it.
Boom. There it is. Yo, see, I knew you were going to come through with some good shit.
Off the top, too.
Off the dome, too. Yo, I want to thank you again for chopping it up with me today. Let the people know where they can follow you at, where they can get your music. Anything else that they got to know, plug it in now. Now's the time to do it. Yeah.
Yo, it's Papi Yerr, a.k.a. Way Too Wavy. Drive all the girls crazy. And you can follow me at Papi Yerr on Instagram, Twitter. And, the new album is coming out. We killing the airwaves right now. Expect a lot of good music, a lot of good production, a lot of good beats coming with all your favorite artists, and more singles and more music coming out. And I appreciate you for the interview, and iHeartRadio. It means a lot.
Yes, sir. Yo, Papi Yerr on the radar, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Respect.